What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkin's Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkin's logging in to bring you Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, and this is the Lakshmi EX fight. But we are not going to be talking about the actual Lakshmi fight. This video I sort of wanted to upload because last week I didn't upload anything at all, even Brave Cross wise. And I do find myself, wanting to upload a lot of videos, but I just don't have the time. Last week I was pretty sick, so I didn't get the chance to upload anything. If you guys follow me on Facebook, I did post that. I know I have Twitter as well. You can follow me on there as well, but I don't really have a lot of followers at the moment in Twitter, so I'm just starting on that. Starting to build up on that as well. But in any case, this video is basically why I switched to Samurai in Final Fantasy XIV. If you guys didn't know, I used to play Monk, and you can probably see a lot of Monk perspective videos in my channel. And unfortunately, I never got to finish all the Monk perspective stuff because pretty much my raid group have disbanded, and I sort of lost interest. I didn't play Final Fantasy XIV for like 2 months. I believe it was probably more than 2 months. But now that Stormblood has come out and I got into the early access and finally got to level 70 and started doing the end game content, I find myself enjoying the game once again. Unfortunately, when I did try this out as a Monk first, but when I didn't look at any patch notes or anything like that, but when I finally did, I realized how much Monk was nerfed and lost a lot of potency in all their skills, basically throughout their whole skill. In terms of your combo and everything, you pretty much lost 10 potency, and we lost Touch of Death as well. And it felt like why fix something that wasn't broken? Monk wasn't broken. You can probably tell me, yeah, Monk does the highest DPS or whatever the case may be, but the actual class or job itself was actually pretty hard to do, and it's pretty hard to pull off a perfect run without knowing a lot of the mechanics and stuff like that. And you can say the same thing with other classes. You do need that, but I feel that Monk, with all the positionals and all that, was takes a lot more skill, I would say. And even with the new quality of life stuff that they've added, I just don't find Monk, I wouldn't say not interesting, but I felt quite disappointed in the actual job itself. Not only because of all the nerfs, but some of the abilities have been lost. It does have a little bit more utility than it did before. In like all melee classes now, I think, can use goad, which was a ninja. It was only a ninja class skill before, but it doesn't really bring that much difference from what a samurai brings into the table. Monk doesn't really have a lot of utility, even though they are trying to go there. They're trying to get Monk to be a little bit more utility, have a little bit more utility during raids. But looking at the skills, honestly, the only utility that Monks bring is the level 70 ability, which is Brotherhood, and I wouldn't count goad as one because samurai can do that too. So it is quite disappointing that they nerfed the monks so hard, and samurai does a lot more. I wouldn't want to say there's a lot more, because there's aren't actually enough numbers yet to say, but looking at the actual potency and the ability to not really matter if you wanted to hit your positional or not. I mean, it's still ideally better if you're a samurai and hit your positionals, but the thing is, like, at the early levels, samurai doesn't have any positionals until you get your Kenki gauge or gauge or whatever you want to call it, and that's when positionals start to matter. And honestly, I've been playing samurai the wrong way up until level 70, and I realized, oh, there's actually positionals for samurai, so I guess that's okay, but they're not really hard to pull off. There's only 2 skills that you need positionals, so, and they're at the end of your combo as well. So I do find samurai a lot more easier to use, and if ever, the actual DPS I find a lot higher. Now, I'm not saying that it is actually higher, but looking at the potency numbers, it certainly suggests that much. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens in raid situations, and we actually get a lot of numbers in raid situations where the DPS, But I'm telling you guys right now, I've done this fight Lakshmi 10 times, and I did Susanoo 10 times as well to get all my gear and stuff, and I've only seen monks twice in the entire time, and I go in duty roulette because I don't have a raid group. So that's saying a lot. A lot of people who play monk actually left the job because of the abilities or the new skills that we get as a monk aren't exactly mind-blowing. Like, for example, Riddle of Earth at level 64, which grants you Fist of Earth and reduces damage by 10%, which lasts for 30 seconds, I guess. I think this should be added to the Fist of Earth in total. So let's have a quick look, trying to remember. So Fist of Earth does reduce damage taken by 10%, so that means you'll be taking 20%. You can basically be a tank, but you don't really have that high of a defense to begin with compared to a tank. So I mean, but 20% is actually not too bad if it does do that. And it extends the Grease Lightning to maximum duration, which that's nice and all. It means we have more chances to make sure our Grease Lightning doesn't fall off. It's a nice addition. But it's a quality of life change, which seems to be what happens to monk most of the time. It's usually a quality of life, and it revolves around Grease Lightning. So at level 66, moving on, we get Earth Tackle, Wind Tackle, and Fire Tackle, and of course Riddle of Wind, which means this is the extra Wind Tackle that you get if you are in basically Fist of Wind. So I guess Earth Tackle, it has like a knockback. I mean, what do you even use knockback for in raids? Nothing. Wind Tackle, that means you can use the shoulder tackle twice. It has a 65 potency for each one, but you have to be in Fist of Wind to use it. So that means you're losing the Fist of Earth, which gives you that 5% extra damage anyway. So basically you are losing DPS, even though you do have twice the shoulder tackle. Fire tackle is 130 potency. Riddle of Fire, it just increases your damage though by 30%, which sounds huge, but your weapon skill recast is increased by 15%. So I don't know the actual numbers for that, but it would be nice if there wasn't that much of a I guess knockback on the skill. And of course Brotherhood, which I explained, all party members have 5% increase physical damage, so it has to be a physical damage. That's, and you know, usually you will have maybe one bard or whatever, if they get close enough, and one other melee during range, during raid. So there you go, and this lasts for 15 seconds. And basically, I wasn't wowed into the monk job. That's why I decided to change to samurai, which I find a little bit more easier to use. I know some people will probably say it's very complicated with all this, but I do find it a little bit easier. Anyway, those are basically the reasons why I changed to samurai. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all, and of course informative during my channel, sorry. As always, I would like to hear from you guys what you think of Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Leave your comments down below. As always, as well, follow me on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming, and you can also follow me on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming if you guys want updates if I'm uploading or not. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.